Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here and watching today's video. How are you guys all doing? I hope you're well wherever you are in the world and whenever you're watching this. In today's video, I thought it was well about time that I did an updated everyday makeup video sharing like my key go-to products and how I do my makeup every day. This pre-warning is definitely going to be a lot of makeup for an everyday look for some of you. So this could perhaps potentially be a video where you're watching and you're like, this could be my like inspo for evening routines, maybe if it works as like a little bit of an inspo for you guys, but mainly just sharing like key products that I really recommend and have found like absolute game changers in my makeup routine. And a lot of these I've been using for like 2 years. Some of them are a little bit newer, but yeah, I'm just really excited to kind of talk through the products and share them with you all. I've done my hair completely slicked back today because tomorrow I'm going to film a glam wave tutorial, and I thought I would leave it for like a hair wash day so I can do like a fresh tutorial of my step-by-step routine with my hair and doing a glam wave for party season. So that will be coming very soon after this one. But first steps first, I'm going to use a cream that I am nearly running out of. This is the Kat Birkin Vitamin C Intense Cream. I personally, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, have been really struggling with my skin. I have a little bit of a stress rash on my chin at the moment, I think just from like work and moving and all that kind of stuff. So this has been like the only cream that I have found that my skin is really used to and is really gentle but also really nourishing and hydrating. And also, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna have to look at myself slightly because my mirror still hasn't arrived for like this little setup. So I can't actually see myself other than the viewfinder. So excuse the fact that I'm gonna be looking in here. My old camera, I used to be able to like look at myself doing my makeup and then it would be looking at you guys directly, but because the screen flips out to the other side, I can't do that with this camera. So excuse that, but the cream's just really nourishing and really moisturizing on the skin. And then just putting on the Elizabeth Arden 8-hour lip balm, so good, and one of my faves actually, and one of my gift guides as well, because this is just amazing. I feel like it's one of those like go-to hero products for me in my routine that is just super great if, like me, you get really dry lips in the autumn winter months. And then I'm actually going to combine these two products here, and I get a lot of questions whenever I talk about combining these two, which is the By Terry Brightening CC Serum and the Iconic London Radiance Booster. Like, which one would I go for if I was just getting one, or why do I combine them and that kind of thing. And basically, the Brightening CC Serum I find is more of a lightweight serum on the skin that adds like a really nice bronze and is a bit more glowy, whereas this kind of works as like a priming base that I find still gives that bronze look but feels a bit more kind of like held in. So when I'm applying my foundation over the top, I find it holds better with this one. So I like to combine the two because I like that bronze glow. And obviously the price range is completely different. Like the By Terry CC Serum is around 60, but something I actually can't live without. Like if someone was like, what 2 products can you not live without? It would be this and the Refy Sculpt Brow product. But together I really like them, but this one obviously is a high street price and it's still absolutely amazing. And I feel like they both kind of give that really nice dewy skin effect. So I'll show you on this cheek the Brightening CC Serum, and then I'll show you on the other cheek the By Terry, so you can kind of see the difference in the products. And all the brushes that I'm going to use in this video are from Bare Minerals, so just in case I'll link them all down below. But as you can see, this one just kind of glides on the skin and it gives like a really nice kind of natural glow. I feel like it's one of my go-tos for like holidays. It's just really lovely and lightweight, you can't feel it, which I really love, and it's also really hydrating too. And then this one, a little bit more like heavy on the skin, doesn't feel like you've got too much on, but as you can see, it kind of has less of that golden kind of illuminated effect and has more of that priming kind of soothing effect to the skin. I feel like it gives like a really nice kind of soft, flawless kind of effect and filter to the face as well. So I kind of combine the two of those together just to kind of create a really nice under base to my makeup, and it's just really glowy as well. And I have recently fake tanned, so my fake tan usually develops I swear after fake tanning the night before, it kind of still develops for a couple of hours, so if I kind of look like I'm getting more bronze throughout the video, that is why. Tomorrow it will be completely dyed down, but it's always the way. But I just love the base of this. It's literally, if I'm on holiday, this is all I wear. Like, this will be it. And it just is amazing, and it doesn't feel like you've got much on. And especially when you're somewhere hot, you don't really want to feel like you've got a really heavy base on. So this is just my go-to. So that is it all over the skin. Just really lovely. Really glowy. Always glowy for me. I'm loving like anything super dewy, I'm always here for. Yeah, I'm just obsessed with how kind of illuminating it is on the skin. And that's it done. I am going to hold up a mirror as well to the side because I feel like the light is blinding me slightly because it's so dark outside today. It's like one of those really gloomy days. And then moving on to foundation, this is one that is new for me. Kind of new. I used it 3 years ago, and then recently I was kind of stuck for what foundation to go for, and Kirsty, one of my best friends, recommended this one to me, and this is the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish Foundation, and I use it in Neutral 5, and it is the most airbrushed, flawless, like full coverage foundation that you can really kind of pick and choose how much you put on your skin. So I'm going to do what I do for my everyday kind of makeup, but like I said, that is quite full coverage and it is a lot of makeup. So partly because of like filming and work and things like that, and partly just because I really enjoy wearing this style of makeup most days. But I'm going to use the Iconic London setting spray on my beauty blender just to kind of blend in the foundation, but you will instantly see just how like full coverage this foundation is. Like, it's honestly amazing. It like airbrushes the skin. It's like having a filter on, but with makeup. And yeah, I just really love how full coverage it is. Yet you can literally use like a tiny pea size amount if you wanted just like a little bit of coverage, and a little goes a really, really long way. So once that is all over the skin, as you can see, it's like a very kind of full coverage, airbrushed effect. And I'm just going in with the By Terry Hyaluronic Concealer. This is just like a really nice hydrating water-based concealer that I find really, really creamy. And it doesn't kind of wrinkle under the eyes in any way either, which I really like, because I find a lot of the time that I can get like those creases from concealers that are a little bit too kind of creamy and like full coverage. So I look a bit crazy. But I'm just going to blend that in with my beauty blender and kind of bring this down under my eyes a little bit more. I've got the biggest bags at the moment, honestly. I don't know why. I just think it's the kind of like dark mornings I really struggle with like getting up still. But I'm just bringing that down slightly, and as you can see, it's just a little bit lighter. It's a really nice light concealer, and I use it in the shade 200 Natural. And I'm naturally quite fair, so it kind of works for me on days where I don't have my fake tan on, which I should probably mention, excuse my hands. I tried out a new water-based fake tan yesterday, and I'm not gonna like say what, because I don't recommend it. And I also don't want to like drag things through the mud, because I find a lot of the time with fake tans, when someone says like, what do you recommend, there's certain ones that I recommend for like the qualities of them being like water-based, like Isle of Paradise. I swear by their like face oils because they're just so hydrating, and I swear by their mousse, it's clear because like no transfer, it's just ideal, and it kind of color matches to your skin. Also really love the Aero Bondi Sands Ultra Dark because it dries so fast, and there's like things like that with fake tans, but then I find certain fake tans work so differently for so many people. Like when I've recommended stuff in the past, people have been like, that didn't work for me, or like the color didn't kind of like hold for me. And I'm like, it's so true that depending on your skin tone, depending on your skin type and things like that, it will be completely different for everyone. And there's just like finding one that you like the kind of basis to, I feel like. So yeah, had a bit of a fake tan. I mean, it's not too bad, but it's not great. So I'm just not gonna draw too much attention to that. But anyway, once that's blended in, I'm using the Refi Sculpt Brow. This is a game changer. Like, I cannot swear about this or like talk about it or rave about it enough. I've been using it for a year and I have never found a product like it. It's like 24-hour full hold in the brows. gives them like the full shape to whatever you kind of desire. I like mine being quite bushy and brushed up, but you could literally style them anyway, and it really gives that 24 hours, could even be like 48 hours if you really wanted it to be, hold. Like on most days where I don't wear makeup, I just use this and the By Terry Brightening CC Serum as like a little bit of coverage to my skin. And this just holds all day. Like I go to the gym with my eyebrows brushed up and they just stay in place even with like sweating and things like that. But it's just amazing. It's a kind of like white serum that dries clear, and I just brush up like that into place. I've got quite sparse eyebrows at the moment because I haven't had them done in a couple of weeks, and usually I have them tinted slightly, but they're a little bit sparse in certain areas from like where I've grown up and like ran into, that doesn't make sense. I can't believe I just said where I've grown up and then just stopped talking. But when I was younger, I ran into a brick wall apparently and have a little scar in there that I never really knew about until recently. Yeah, just like using the little spoolie to kind of brush and hold them in place and kind of brushing out any excess product that I don't really want in there. I will say with this though, if you are going somewhere extremely hot on holiday, be careful with it, kind of like melts a little bit if you're somewhere too hot. So just use like use less product when you're somewhere like really hot on holiday, because when I was in Turkey my eyebrows kind of melted slightly. So I will say that. So now they're brushed into place, I'm going to use the NYX brow pen. So I've been on the hunt for a brow pen that is a really fine tip that kind of works as like tiny little brush strokes into the brows and gives like a bit more definition in those areas that are a little bit sparse but isn't too heavy. And I have tried so many brow pens and I swear, I don't know if any of you guys can relate, that some of them dry out so fast. So I tried like 7 different brands and this is the brand that I've like stuck with. They're high street, so they're a little bit more affordable, and I just feel like it lasts me the longest amount of time when I'm doing my brows like every day. It's the shade Ash Brown, and I just do little brush strokes through the end. And as you can see, it's like a very fine brush that just adds like a little bit more depth to the shape that you want. And it's really, really blendable as well. So I just kind of drag this throughout, and then when I'm done I do like a little brush through with the spoolie again, just if I need it. Super, super buildable, so I kind of just like drag it to the front of my brow and mess around a little bit with those areas that need a little bit more depth to them. But I think brows are kind of the way people style them. It's definitely a love it or hate it kind of thing. Like not everyone loves my brows, but I'm just happy with how full I've managed to get them, because I did really do the over plucking stage in like year 7, whenever it was, and never thought they'd actually grow back. So the fact that they have, I am quite happy about. But let's catch up a little bit. How have you guys been? Like, how is life? Is anyone feeling Christmassy? Has anyone like watched a Christmas movie yet? I am kind of like holding off until the end of November. I feel like on the 30th, I'm gonna dive into Christmas mode, and I have been eyeing up like Christmas decorations and things like that, but yeah, I am holding off slightly just because I feel like I've got to get through Black Friday first. There's always like a lot going on around this time of year for me and with the move and stuff, so yeah, I'm excited though to get Christmassy. Let me know what your favourite Christmas movie is, because I put in my stories the other day, like, what's your favourite Christmas movie? And people were saying some that I've never heard of before. And I was like, oh my goodness, there are certain movies that I have never watched. But I have to say, The Holiday is by far my favourite film, like, ever for Christmas time. And I think The Grinch is up there too. Elf is just so fun. Like, I enjoy watching it. It makes me laugh. So that's probably up there as well. But yeah, let me know your faves. Would love to know. So once that is in my brows, I then actually go back with the Refi Sculpt just to kind of take off a little bit of the product and just kind of blend through the brow pen, just so that it's kind of all blended seamlessly within my brows, not applying too much more of the product, but just kind of like blending that out slightly. And I just find this kind of helps with adding a bit more depth to the brows, especially when, like, usually if I've got them tinted I wouldn't put probably as much product in, but because I haven't, I feel like they need it a little bit. So just gonna brush them into place. And then for an exciting little bit, I feel like this is one of my favourite parts of my makeup routine now. I can't tell you how much this palette has changed how my makeup sits and looks on my face. So the palette I'm talking about is this one. It's the Ambient Hourglass Universe palette. It is incredible. If I can open it now. Like, trying to open it. This one here. It basically has like an all over face powder that's like a really nice bronzed effect, and then you've got the blushes, the highlight and the bronze, and I'm not joking, it like gives this like airbrush effect to the skin like no other. So I go in with the all over powder, and I love a palette that does the full face. Like, I really enjoy just being able to carry one thing around, like when I'm on the go, if I'm going anywhere and things like that. And I think if there's any girls or guys out there and you're looking for a loved one that enjoys makeup, this is definitely a good Christmas gift, I feel like, for loved ones, or even doing like the Bare Minerals brush sets that they do, because they're just so fluffy and just have lasted me like years and years and years, and I would never go for like any other brushes. They're just amazing. So just kind of doing that as like an all over powder to the skin just kind of really blends everything and sets it in place. I realise this stage I always look a bit weird because my lips, it's like back in year 7 I used to do the Dream Matte Mousse foundation lips, glitter eyeliner, all that kind of stuff. Let me know if any of you were there. Maybe I'm too old. Some of you might have, that might have been way before, but anyway. Now going in with the bronzer and just like contouring the face slightly and just adding a bit more shape, but it's just a really nice kind of like natural buildable bronze that has a gentle kind of highlight in, so it's just really illuminating on the skin. And like I said, I really like quite a dewy, like glowy makeup look, but I swear just putting on a bit of bronzer and a bit of blusher completely transforms my face. It's just my favourite part of the whole makeup routine, just adding a bit of this just to kind of brighten the skin slightly. So I'm just going to do it up here as well because my hair's up. I need to do that hairline. I actually envy people with brown hair that, or if you're blonde and you can seamlessly blend in your foundation line because I swear there's something about having blonde hair that it just makes it orange with all my baby hairs up here. But I'm just trying the best I can to kind of blend it through with the bronzer at the moment. And even my ears, I'm like, little ears need a bit of a bronze up. As you can see, it's just a really nice kind of glowy bronze. And then I'm going in with the blushes. I actually just kind of like run my brush over it, and you'll notice I kind of only use 3 or 4 main brushes in my routine. I don't actually have any others, and I just kind of stick with those, but just kind of doing the apples of my cheeks and kind of working upwards like that. And recently, probably the last year actually, I love doing my nose with a little bit of blusher. Not too much, but just to kind of like give that sun-kissed effect. I feel like maybe I'm going a little bit overboard because I'm excited to share with you guys what I'm doing. But I just get really excited about this product. Like, I've literally bought it for 2 friends for their birthdays. I keep raving about it to everyone, but I just don't, I hope you guys can kind of see, and it gives it justice to like just how amazing the palette is. Like, it's so lovely on the skin. So I have gone a little bit overboard, but I am going to blend that out a little bit with just like the excess product on my beauty blender, like that. I just feel like it really brightens the skin. And then I'm going to use my little highlighter brush and just do the highlighter on my Cupid's bow. It's like a really nice golden highlighter, and because I kind of wear all my gold jewellery, I really like having a gold highlighter to kind of draw out my jewellery when I'm wearing like makeup and layering up for like dinners and things like that. It's actually my mum's birthday today, so we're going for quite like a fancy dinner tonight, so it's quite nice just to do my makeup with you guys and catch up and all that kind of stuff as well. But that is that all over the skin. And then I'm gonna just actually, before I move on to my eyeshadow palette, and I'll bring you in for that, I'm just gonna use the Beauty Blender blending brush and just kind of put that highlighter in the corners of my eye, just to kind of brighten the eyes slightly. And then I will bring you in for my eyeshadow. I'm actually gonna do one eye first off camera, because otherwise you guys are gonna be here all day, and I'm sure none of you care to be watching a 30-minute video. I want to try and keep this as short as possible, but really just have been so excited to share more of these products with you all. And I would definitely keep your eyes peeled on like brands like Look Fantastic and ASOS that do their beauty stuff, and I'm going to try and link as much as I can of these products during Black Friday month in my stories on my Instagram. But definitely keep your eyes peeled for some of the deals that they do like over Black Friday, because I always find some absolute gems in their Black Friday sale. So yeah, highly recommend like keeping your eyes peeled, but I will link everything down below, and I've got a lot of gift guides which I will also link down below. And then moving on to eyes, I'm using the Bobbi Brown Paranomic Pink Eyeshadow Palette. So this palette, I cannot for the life of me find it online anymore. So what I'm going to do is link my next favourite pinky, pretty much the exact same shades, but just a slightly like darker pink in the NARS Extreme Effects palette, because that palette I used on repeat for 2 years and it's completely run out. So that's why I've kind of moved on for my onto the alternative palette, which is this one, which has really nice kind of sunset pinks and shimmers, and I use these just to kind of like build up the corners of my eye, which I'll bring you in to show you. But that palette is the next best slash pretty much the best thing to link to this one as well, and I just can't find this online, so I'm gonna bring you in and show you how I do my eyes. So first up, I'm going in with the shade Amber, and I'm just doing that all over the lid and kind of blending that out. It's like a really nice kind of pinky shimmery colour. And then I'm just going in with the shade Pink Horizon, which is this darker shade here, and I really love pinky shades. Someone once said to me, like, can't remember when, I must have been at a little like event in London like a couple of years ago, and they said, oh, you should really try pink eyeshadows, because I was always trying like goldy eyeshadows, and as soon as I did, I can't go back. I use like gold eyeshadows and I'm like, oh, I look a bit weird. But I just need to like experiment a little bit more, but this is just my go-to for like everyday makeup and that kind of thing. And I just kind of build the darker pinks into the corner of my eye, like so, just to add like a little bit more depth. And then I like to drag that under the eye as well. And I feel like it kind of makes the eyes pop a little bit more if you take that colour that you're using on that outer corner and bring it under the eye as well. And then just building up and just having a mess around of blending, to be honest. I kind of use my fingers to blend out the shimmer in the corner as well. And then, yeah, just have a mess around. I'm not really any expert at makeup whatsoever, but I do love a pink eyeshadow. So that is that eye done, and then I'll bring you back when I'm doing the mascara. So for mascara, I just wanted to show you kind of like before and after of my eyes. So I use the Sky High Maybelline mascara, and it's amazing. I literally love the lift it gives and just how kind of like thin and movable it is on the lashes, just kind of like dragging through them and creating a bit more of a lifted shape that isn't really clumped together. And I actually always find with my mascaras that after the first 2 weeks, they become like the best mascara, because you have a little bit of less product. Like when you've got that build up of a lot of product, I always find it's a little bit hard to get like a less clumpy lash, which I love when certain people can do a clumpy lash and they do it right. I just can't do that. I'm just not good at doing a cool clumpy lash. So I just kind of drag through the lashes and just have a mess around with them and brush them into place. And they're all a bit all over the place, my lashes, a lot of the time. They don't really listen to the direction. I should probably get an eyelash curler, to be honest. That's something that I definitely probably need to add to my makeup routine. I'm just imprinting on the face. But it's just a really nice lift and just a really good high street mascara that I love. Like I used to use the Roller Lash mascara by, who is it by? Benefit, which I also love, but I feel like this one, because of how much I use, is just a little bit more affordable for me to use this one, and I feel like it does the exact same effect and is like a really nice like jet black colour, so it gives like a really nice lift and shape to the lashes. Then for the last 3 steps, I like to use the Laura Mercier kind of, is it Flawless Powder? I never know what those things are called. I think it's the, oh, Translucent Honey Loose Setting Powder, and I just like to use this like on my chin areas and areas that get really oily. I have like a combination skin, and I always find that my makeup kind of slips in these places unless I kind of really set them in place. And I find this powder just gives, again, that really nice kind of airbrushed effect to the skin and just holds everything in place. So I just put a little bit of that on under my eyes. And then the leftover on my T-zone. And then that is the second to last step done. And then I'm going to go in with my all-time fave, which you can probably see. I need to order another one of these. This is the lip liner from Bare Minerals in the shade On Point. This is one of the creamiest, loveliest lip liners that I have ever found, and I actually wear the red lip liner in 100% as my red lipstick. Like, it doesn't budge, it holds when you're going out for food and drinks, and it's really creamy, so it's really good for like autumn, winter, and like if you're like me, like I said, I get quite dry lips, so it's quite nice having one that's very creamy based on the lips. And I just use this to outline the lips slightly, which is really, really nice by itself, but also really nice as kind of like an outline shade to a lighter pink. And I really like quite light lipsticks. And I'm going to be using the Bare Minerals lipstick in Balance. So I kind of switch between Insight and Balance, which are the two lighter shades that they do in their Hydra Soothing lipsticks. And again, super hydrating, really creamy. I really love their red lipstick energy that they do in the same like make of their lipsticks, and really lovely in like a really nice kind of orangey red shade. But these two are like my everyday go-to shades, and Balance at the moment is one that I feel like is a little bit more muted and a bit more kind of subtle. So I've been really enjoying it as more of like an everyday lipstick. And I feel like with the On Point lip liner, they just work as a really nice combo. As you can see, it's like really creamy. And I just love like a very creamy muted pink tone for kind of everyday looks like that. And yeah, just love how creamy it is and hydrating. And also Insight, which I will link down below, is a little bit more kind of more of the closer match to the On Point. So if you preferred how the On Point looked when I was applying it, then Insight kind of matches up with the On Point lip liner quite perfectly, whereas this one is like a shade down from it, so they kind of complement each other as well. And then to finish, just using the Iconic setting spray set everything in place like so. Honestly, that smell gives me nostalgia for traveling. Like, I don't know what it is about it, but it just brings me back. But that is my face done. That is my everyday little makeup routine. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you've got any questions about the products, then feel free to write them down below or send me a DM, and I'll leave all links down below, all shades down below, and yeah, give you a little close-up of it all. But it's taken me a long time to kind of find the products that I feel kind of work for me, and really obsessed with them. And this is just honestly my go-to every single day for makeup. And if I was doing a night out, I might put on like a red lip or do more of like a dark bronzed eye or an eyeliner look or something like that. But yeah, that is me done. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video. It's going to be a glam wave hair video showing how I do like my party waves for the festive season. And yeah, if there's any requests of what you guys want to see, then feel free to let me know. I potentially could do like a Bare Minerals festive full makeup look. But yeah, let me know if you might want to see that. And I will see you guys in the next video. Lots of love. Mwah. Bye.